Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now, today I am still in Bratislava and what we're going to do is go and have a little look at my hotel, take a look around the room and the breakfast offering. As you know, I had a breakfast in Vienna recently in the hotel there, the Levanta Parliament, which was exceptional. I didn't bother with the breakfast in Hungary because I was only staying at an Ibis and they're all pretty standard wherever. But this place, the Hotel Beigli probably. It's a little bit different. It's a little kind of boutique-y hotel. Only about 18 rooms, I think, in there. And it's got a nice little breakfast room, but also an outdoor kind of courtyard you can sit in, which should be nice. On a hot day here, if it's shady, should be pretty good, shouldn't it? So let's go and have a little look. You can see behind me here, I'm right near St. Michael's Tower, which is a bit of an attraction in the middle of Bratislava. Hotel's literally just around the corner from there. Really great location. And it's only cost me about 90 euros a night, I think, possibly 95. Pretty good. Give you a little tour of my room here at Hotel Beigli. I booked it as a single room, but I've actually got a double bed in it, so that's pretty good. Anyway, as you come into the room, you see there, we have a nice full-length mirror. Aircon, very important at the moment. It's so hot here in Central Europe. And here you see we have the bed. Little bedside tables either side. Strangely, no plug sockets near either of them though, so you can't charge your phone or anything next to the bed. Got a little seating area over here. As you can see, I'm charging my phone down on the floor over there. I wouldn't have had to plug the kettle in over here because I couldn't get the plug to reach from where it was sat, so that was a bit weird. A little telly and a completely erroneous little table, stand or whatever underneath it. Don't know what that's for. And then over here you've got the storage kind of area, so there's some hanging space, some shelves, a little place with some drinks and whatever, and a safe there. Now I've had to kind of use this as a desk, so I pulled one of the chairs from the seating area over because there isn't actually a desk in the room, which is a bit of a shame, but it's a really nice sized room, isn't it? Nice and light and fresh, nice and clean. A bathroom in here. Really good size, really nice shower there. Pretty well appointed. Everything you need. And come and have a little look at the view out of one of the windows. This is the window on the sort of far end of the room. And this is the little kind of cobbled street that the hotel sits on. Isn't that cute? So that's my room, room number 25 here at the Hotel Beigli. Best we go down and get some breakfast now, don't you think? As seen from the little bit of B-roll I did there, the hotel has quite a nice continental selection here. The breakfast area, in fact, itself is very, very nice. They've got an inside seating area. Music's playing in there, a little bit loud though. But they do have this garden area, which I'm sat in right now, which actually at this time of day, early-ish in the morning, is a little bit cooler than inside because it's still in the shade. It's going to be roasting here again today. Anyway, I've picked out a few little bits from the breakfast selection there, the continental bit. Take a closer look. So I picked out quite a few things that I think look quite nice. There's some nice cold meats here. Again, a few little healthy veggies thrown in there. Selection of cheeses, half a hard-boiled egg, and some bread. So this is kind of going to be my first plate. They do have a small hot selection as well with, I think, some bacon and some scrambled egg there. We'll take a look at that in a bit. And a bunch of sweet things. Anyway, Get some vitamins in first. Again, nice and fresh and tasty. Yeah, they're good. Obviously just freshly chopped this morning. And head on to this ham. Again, nicely rolled up so it's nice and easy to eat. That's pretty good. It's got a little bit of fat running through it, so it's got a bit more flavour than your average ham. That's not bad at all. So I had a salami here. There's also a sort of chorizo-y looking sausage, so we'll try that in a minute. Let's give this salami a try. Not bad. A little bit of piquancy to it. I expect that the chorizo will probably have more so though. A bit of paprika running through that. Yeah, the paprika's got a lot more flavour. That's very nice. We'll move on to the cheese now. So they've got this cheese here, which I'm guessing is a kind of local one. In slices, but it seems to have a little smoking on the outside, which I'm quite interested to try. It's a very mild cheese.
Excuse me. I
Yes.
hope I'm not in your picture.
You are not in my picture. I am facing it towards me.
Would you mind sitting somewhere else? It's a bit strange, this situation. I hope you can
Okay.
understand.
Yeah. Okay. I can move. No problem. Okay. Apologies, folks. Bit of a relocation here. A gentleman who was sat on a table close by me just asked me to move as he was trying to enjoy his breakfast without some random English mush talking to his camera. Anyway, as I was saying, this cheese, quite a mild flavour, but not unpleasant. And that coating does seem to have a slight smokiness to it. We've got another type of cheese here, which looks a bit more sort of cheddary. Again, mild. I'm not actually sure what type of cheese that is. It's a little soft. But it's a nice enough little flavour. And then we have finally in the cheeses something here that looks a bit like a brie or a camembert or something along those lines. A little bit more flavour to that cheese. Overall, it's quite a nice selection though. We have the egg here too. Let's give that a go. So it's a hard-boiled egg. Very nice. Now we've got two different breads to go with this here. This is from a loaf I was able to slice off myself. So it's a crusty loaf, but not with a crust that's so hard. It's kind of almost like a chewy crust to it. Kind of like a sourdough kind of effect, I guess. That is quite pleasant. There's also these little baguettes. So there were white baguettes, brown baguettes. I decided to go a little bit healthier. Pick up this brown one, which seems to have oats and stuff on the outside. That is tasty, nice and soft. Those oats on there are delicious. Okay, I'm going to finish up this plate. Then we're going to get some hot food. There's even a little selection of pastries and whatever, so I'll probably grab a couple of them at the end too. See, while I'm eating this, I'm going to try the coffee. So this is again is out of a machine, not such a posh looking one as I had in the hotel in Vienna. But what I managed to do, because I've got a bigger cup here, I filled it with what they call like a milky coffee, a long coffee, and then like an espresso on top of it. So it should have a good strength to it at least. Yeah, it's okay. Not bad. Right, I'll crack on with this, and I'll come back in a minute when I got the hot food. Okay, so as you can see, I have now got myself a little selection from the hot plate there. We have some bacon here, some cooked peppers, and some scrambled egg, and another little piece of that kind of sourdough bread. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to the egg. I have to say, sitting out in this garden, you would have no idea that you're right in the middle of a big city. It's a little haven, a little oasis. There's no real noise. I guess it's because it's like pedestrianised around here with all the cobbled streets, so you're not getting cars zooming up and down. Yeah, it's nice and peaceful. Anyway, let's give this bacon a try. It looks very similar, actually, to the ham we just had. It does have a slightly saltier flavour. Of course, it's not like the bacon we get back home in the UK. But this isn't too bad. It's got a nice cook on it, so it's got a little bit of charring around. And although, as I find with a lot of sort of European bacons, it's got quite a synthetic flavour, it's actually okay. Right, these peppers, cooked peppers with breakfast. I suppose it goes with the eggs quite nicely. They're cooked nicely. Still got a little bit of bite to them, a little bit of crunch. So you can still sort of discern even a little bit of the fresh flavour of it. Try the eggs now. I have to say, when I saw them in the hot plate, I thought they might be a little on the under scrambled side in terms of not being cooked enough. But they're actually pretty good. They're nice and moist. Yeah, that's tasty, especially with a bit of seasoning on the top there. Very nice. Right, finish this little plate up and we'll see what else we can get. Right, final couple of items here then. I found this little cakey thing. I don't know what it is. I've got absolutely no idea. It looks like some kind of local delicacy anyway, and a nice chunk of watermelon to go with it. So let's try this cake. It looks like it might have some kind of like nut filling or something. Yeah, it's definitely nuts. Probably walnuts. I guess they're pretty popular in Central Europe, aren't they? So it's like a bready kind of cake. Not like a sponge or anything. It's filled with this like nut paste, which is really flavoursome actually. Little dusting of icing sugar on the top. So I'm not much of a cake guy generally, but this isn't bad. Maybe not as a breakfast thing, but sort of mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack with a nice coffee. That's perfectly pleasant. Right, a little bit of watermelon now. Again, just to kind of cleanse the palate after a reasonably rich breakfast, I guess. Again, nice and fresh. You want to see the sort of watermelons you get over in this part of the world. They make the ones that we get in our supermarkets look like marbles. Great big massive things like that. Growing conditions must be good for them in this part of the world. It's really fresh and juicy. Overall, when I think about the breakfast as a whole, I've enjoyed it. I don't think it was as good as the one I had in Vienna. That was exceptional. But for a hotel that's considerably cheaper than the one I had in Vienna, that's for sure. I think it's got a nice selection. I like the fact you can sit out in this garden, a little sort of oasis of tranquility in the middle of the city. Yeah, it's a nice experience. Like I said before, this hotel's cost me, I think, about €95 a night, something along those lines, including the tourist tax. I don't think that's expensive for a very, very kind of prime location in the old town. Nice room, nice breakfast. Recommended. Well then folks, so if you enjoyed my little look at the breakfast here and the room at the Hotel Beigli, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. It does help with the channel, and if you're new around here, why not consider clicking the subscribe button and ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you don't miss anything that comes up on the channel. Right, another scorcher ahead. Wish me luck. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.